Breaking tonight on Connecticut's news station, shots ring out in the Brass City, sending 4 people to the hospital. Police are still on the scene investigating. We'll have a live report with what we know so far.
Another district with unhappy teachers tonight. New Haven City leaders have passed an operating budget, but it falls short of what some educators want. We're looking at the numbers and hear from the mayor on why he thinks it's fair.
Investigators piecing together what happened over the weekend. A person allegedly went on a stabbing spree in Massachusetts, and that suspect is linked to a homicide here in Connecticut.
Breaking news now on Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
We begin with breaking news in Waterbury tonight. Gun violence erupting in the city. At least 4 people are in the hospital right now after being shot. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. A very active scene is still unfolding tonight in the Brass City. Police have had a section of Mitchell Avenue shut down for several hours. 4 people are hurt, but we still have questions tonight about their injuries. Fox
61's Jake Garcia is live in Waterbury right now with the latest update from police. Jake.
Well, Brent and Sarah, as you mentioned, Mitchell Avenue was closed for several hours while police investigated, but it has since reopened. Now, to give you just a sense of where we are, we're along the corner of West Main Street and Mitchell Avenue. There's a lot of residential areas. There's an apartment here behind me, as long as with some houses. But Waterbury police say this all started around 7 o'clock this evening when they received phone calls about someone hearing gunshots in the neighborhood. And when officers arrived, they found evidence of a shooting. When we arrived on scene, we could see what at least to be a dozen evidence markers in the middle of the street and bullet holes in at least one of the cars that were parked along Mitchell Avenue. We could also see a pair of shoes by one of the nearby parked cars. Authorities say 4 people were hurt in this shooting. They are being treated at a local hospital. The extent of their injuries are unknown at this time, and police have not released any details about the shooting or about any possible suspects. Now, this is a developing story. We'll continue to follow it and bring you any new information as it becomes available. Reporting live in Waterbury, Jake Garcia, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Thank you, Jake. And breaking news also in the capital city tonight. Hartford police say a driver has been arrested after hitting a light pole and 3 pedestrians. This happened at the intersection of Main Street and Park Street just before 9 p.m. Hartford Fire Department officials say the driver hit a light pole and also 3 other people who were standing near. One person suffered a head injury. The others just minor injuries. The driver allegedly took off and was arrested a short time later. No word on the conditions of the people who are hit, but we'll bring you more details when we learn them.
Also new tonight, the City of New Haven's operating budget has been passed by its Board of Alders, but funds earmarked for education still fall short of what the teachers had asked for. The Elm City was able to shore up an additional $5 million and will get another $4 million from state funds, but educators had wanted a $12 million boost. Teachers say they need a larger investment to keep class sizes smaller and to address students' post-pandemic struggles. Despite their concerns, Mayor Justin Elliker says, quote, "A budget is always a balancing act between the need and demand for services and the ability to pay for them, and I believe this budget strikes the right balance," end quote. All right, time now for a first check on the forecast. With the break in the humidity, you'll want to open your windows this evening, or at least you might. At least you could.
At least you could. I'm kind of excited about that. Give the air conditioners some time off, I guess.
Yes.
Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank joining us. I need to text my husband and tell him, open the windows. It's time.
It's nice to get a break from the AC, from adding to that electric bill while you can, right? And tonight will be absolutely refreshing. We're looking at temperatures in the 60s to right around 70 degrees. There were some showers to the west of us. They quickly dissipated moving into Connecticut, so kind of looks like this invisible force field out here that's holding strong. As we head through the evening and overnight hours, we're quiet. We're looking at overnight lows between 55 to right around 60 degrees. And then as we step into the day tomorrow, we're going to start off with bright sunshine, right? As we head into the early afternoon, we'll see a few clouds, but overall we are looking at another nice start to the day. High temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. However, as we head through the afternoon, there will be a chance for an isolated pop-up shower, and by Wednesday evening, scattered showers and thunderstorms. And it looks like we'll keep those around right through this time tomorrow night and even Thursday morning. We're going to talk about what that means as we move through the week and when a drier, warmer stretch takes over coming up.
All right, Rachel, thank you. New developments tonight. Investigators now confirming the person accused of a stabbing spree in Massachusetts is the same suspect in a homicide investigation here in Connecticut in Deep River.
26-year-old Jared Revisa was arraigned on the out-of-state charges this morning. Fox 61's Julia LeBlanc has the latest on the case that's made national headlines.
It's been 3 days since police found a 70-year-old man dead in a rental property here in Deep River. Now, that man has since been identified as Bruce Feldman of West Hartford, all at the same time as the person police say is the suspect in that case appears in a Massachusetts courtroom on separate charges this morning.
On the Commonwealth versus Jared Revisa.
A 26-year-old from Chilmark, Massachusetts, standing in front of a Plymouth judge after being accused of 2 separate stabbing incidents. Prosecutors say this all started Saturday night at a movie theater in Braintree, where they say Jared Revisa stabbed 4 young girls. An hour later, investigators say Revisa pulled up to a McDonald's in Plymouth.
When he got up to the drive-through window, he was argumentative with a male employee. The defendant lunged out the window of his vehicle and stabbed the male employee in the forearm with what appeared to be a long kitchen knife.
Then prosecutors say the suspect went inside, stabbing another employee before taking off.
The defendant was apprehended following a police pursuit where he crashed his vehicle and it became engulfed in flames in the town of Sandwich.
Prosecutors say this stabbing spree comes after Revisa allegedly killed a man at a rental property in Deep River, Connecticut.
It just seems like that all hell broke loose all of a sudden, unexpectedly, in Deep River, Connecticut.
Police were first called to a home on Merriwald Lane around 3:30 Saturday afternoon for a disturbance. The caller reported someone threw a shovel at their front door window pane and left. They recognized them as someone who was staying at a rental property nearby, a place neighbors heard a disturbance at earlier.
She overheard them really, really loud voices. She could not understand what they were arguing about, but they were upset with each other.
When troopers got there, they found the body of 70-year-old Bruce Feldman of West Hartford. Neighbors say Feldman was staying with Revisa at the rental property for a couple of weeks.
It's hard to wrap your brain around it. I have no idea. It just is wild.
Now, in Massachusetts, Revisa is facing charges of armed assault to murder and assault and battery with a dangerous weapon. Now, we asked Connecticut State Police why Revisa is not facing charges here in our state. They say it's because the person cannot be charged while they are being held on other charges in another state. We are here in Deep River. Julia LeBlanc, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Well, police in Newington are confirming that a person was seriously injured in a pedestrian crash last night. It happened around 9:30 p.m. at the intersection of Richard Street and Willard Avenue. A person was hit by a car. Police say they suffered serious injuries. Their condition and their identity is unknown tonight, or at least have not been released. The driver stayed on the scene and was helping police with the investigation.
A Connecticut DEEP employee is facing charges for allegedly impersonating police. The Old Saybrook Police Department accuses Richard Swan, an assistant division director with DEEP, of pulling over 3 kids in a state vehicle in April. They say Swan displayed a badge and took their licenses to give to officials. Police say his role grants him no such authority. DEEP placed Swan on administrative leave earlier this month because of the investigation. He'll appear in court next month.
A boy in Westbrook has now been charged with attempted murder for allegedly assaulting another boy. The names and ages of these 2 boys are not being released. Police say the suspect assaulted the victim on Boston Post Road Friday night. We're told he left before police arrived. Officers used security video to track the boy down. The victim is recovering from serious injuries tonight.
A violent 3-day weekend in Bridgeport. It even caught the attention of the governor. City leaders joined Governor Ned Lamont to address the series of shootings on Saturday night and early Sunday morning. There were 5 shootings in about 5 hours. Several people are still recovering. Leaders say shootings overall have declined over the last year, but this weekend has them concerned about what's ahead.
We have not seen this current level of violence in recent times here in Bridgeport.
No one deserves to live in a neighborhood, in a building, in a city where shots are fired, where they could be a victim.
Police say 3 of those shootings happened at the P.T. Barnum housing community, and they appear connected. Police have not said if the other 2 shootings are related. A man was shot walking on Ezra Street, and on Holly Street, a woman was shot in the face and neck while she was driving. Anyone with information on these shootings is asked to give Bridgeport Police a call.
Also in the Park City tonight, police say they have arrested a man accused of robbing an illegal gambling club earlier this year. 2 men were killed, 2 others seriously injured in the shooting. It happened at a club on Stratford Avenue the night of March 30th. Police believe 38-year-old Sean Elam of Bridgeport was one of the people who fired shots. They expect to make more arrests, they say, as the investigation continues.